Mhm. Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this special occasion as we are celebrating both the solstice and the full moon here today. Thank you so much for attending this special service. And without further ado, I will pass over to Philip to go ahead with the meditation and webinar. Hi, Philip.
Hi, Natalia. Good to see you here. And everyone else too. Welcome to this monthly meditation on this solstice, which is in about 2 hours' time, and which is about 30 hours before the full moon in Cancer, Capricorn, on the 22nd of June, 2 days' time. So, I'm not sure whether we have everyone here or not, but we should get started in a couple of minutes. Just to mention the keynote of Cancer, which we'll repeat during the meditation. You can see the meditation on my screen later on. But the keynote for Cancer is, I build a lighted house and therein dwell. And of course, this building, this house is the causal body. And we built it over many, many incarnations, of course. Cancer being a sign of the incarnation, and the opposite sign, Capricorn, being a sign of disincarnation.
Philip.
Earpiece keeps falling
I'm
out
sorry.
of my ear. Yes, go ahead.
Now it's better. Your sound was not very good before.
It's better now?
Yes, it seems so.
Very good. So just let me know if it fades again, but I've got the volume up here and I've got a fairly good reception, so it should be all right. Okay, testing. It's all right?
Yes, Philip, maybe can you put it a little near your mouth to, let's see if it gets clear.
Well, not much clearer. We tested this half an hour ago before we logged on, and it was fine. All right, so I'll continue on anyway. Let's see how many up here right now. I think everyone's pretty much arrived. A few minutes past the hour, so we'll get started. And do the meditation first, and then we'll go into discussing Cancer afterwards. That's my short sign. Yeah, just having this earpiece sticks in my ear. All right.
Philip, before you start, I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt again. Please
right.
check if your microphone is changed on the Zoom settings. Yes, please.
It's on the same one we discussed before, but I can change it just for a moment. No, hang on. Yeah, there's less options now. It still says microphone to high definition audio device. Or I can
It's not
put
as good as before.
Let me just try same as this microphone too. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Testing. No. Yes or no?
Maybe a bit better. It's a bit broken, the sound also, so the reception is not as good as before. So.
Well, as I've stated before in these meetings, I travel a lot and I'm at the mercy of local internet connections, Wi-Fi and so forth. So it will vary, and it will vary for other people depending on where they are and what their connections are too. But we will get an upgraded microphone headset pretty soon, I think. This one has not been so great. So, but you can hear me fairly clearly, yes?
We can hear you, yes. Not as good as before, but yes.
It's breaking up a bit.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to go back to this other setting again. Just a moment. I'm just clicking on the microphone to setting again. And how's that? Is that any clearer or just the same?
It's the same.
All right, look, without further ado, let's press on. Most of you know the format for meditation. I'm going to change the screen share again to so you can follow on your screen if you wish, or if you just close your eyes and listen to the guided meditation. See that? See that screen now? Can we see the screen right now?
Yes, we can.
Thanks a lot.
Only it's not in the visualization mode. It's in the working mode, if you can put it. But
Unfortunately,
okay,
yeah,
fine.
in that mode, it doesn't work properly. So.
Okay, that's great.
Anyway,
Good.
most
All
people
can see it.
know the format of the meditation. You can look at the screen or not. Most people do not know the format. So let's just reach the activity of the day. I'm just going to turn my video off. Taking a deep breath from all technological dramas and whatever you've been up to today. Awareness fact that there are thousands of other people meditating at this moment. It's solstice all around the world. So we sound the om 3 times for person and people alignment. Visualizing light flowing through each of the personality vehicle, mental, emotional, alignment and integration, the higher self, world, deep soul. See the light of the personality, radiant, like a sphere of light. Approaching that sphere of light is a greater sphere, the light of the soul. Two spheres and blend into one greater radiance. Soul personality integration. And see each of our individual spheres of light connected to all the other spheres of light here in this meditation. And extending all the other spheres of light around the world. All the world's servers. Meet together, heart to heart, mind to mind. Stage 1, group fusion. We affirm the fact of group fusion and integration within the heart center of the new group of world servers. mediating between hierarchy and humanity. And so we sound the formula for group integration. I am one with my group brothers, and all that I have is theirs. May the love which is in my soul pour forth to them. May the strength which is in me lift and aid them. May the thoughts which my soul creates reach and encourage them. If you're having difficulty hearing, please follow the text on the screen. Stage 2, alignment. We project a line of lighted energy toward the spiritual hierarchy of the planetary heart, great ashram of Senat Kumara, and towards the Christ at the heart of the hierarchy. And we extend the line of light towards Shambhala, the center where the will of God is known. Stage 3, prior interlude. Let us hold the contemplative mind open to the extra-planetary energies streaming into Shambhala and radiating through hierarchy. Using creative imagination, endeavor to see these three planetary centers, Shambhala, hierarchy, and humanity, gradually coming into alignment. Shambhala, hierarchy, and coming into alignment. Stage 4, meditation. First reflect upon the seed thought for Cancer. I build a life of peace. I build a life of peace. Let's spend a couple of minutes reflecting on this. Stage 5, precipitation. Using creative imagination, let us visualize the energies of light, love, and the will pouring throughout the planet, becoming anchored on Earth in prepared physical plane centers through which the plan can manifest. We use the sixfold progression of divine love as the sequence of energy precipitation. Shambhala, hierarchy, Christ, the new group of world servers, men and women of goodwill everywhere in the world, and the physical centers of distribution. So we visualize the energies of light, love, and the will group pouring throughout the planet through the sixfold progression. Stage 6, lowered. We refocus our consciousness as a group within the periphery of the great ashram, and together we sound the affirmation. In the center of all love I stand. From that center I, the soul, will outward move. From that center I, the one who serves, will work. May the love of the divine self be shed abroad in my heart, through my group, and throughout the world. And so we visualize the downpouring spiritual inflow released from Shambhala through the hierarchy and streaming into humanity through our prepared channel. Shambhala, hierarchy, humanity. And we reflect upon how these imploring energies are establishing the pathway of light, becoming world teacher, Christ, or also known as Lord Betrayer, world teacher. Stage 7, distribution. As we sound the great invocation, let us visualize the outpouring of light, love, and power from the spiritual hierarchy, passing through the 5 planetary centers, New York, London, Geneva, Darjeeling, and Tokyo, irradiating the consciousness of the whole human race. Great invocation. from the point of light within the mind of God. Let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on them. From the point of love within the heart of God. Let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out. May it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on oh, oh, oh. Thank you very much, everyone. Apologize for the sound there for some of you. I'm just going to check the new emails.
I guess that when you share your screen, because you don't have very good reception, your sound is starts to break.
Okay, so what's it like now? Because I can move my phone.
It's more or less.
Yeah, just bear with me for 1 second, friends. I'm just going to move my phone to another position. Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure if that's any better or not. Can you see my shared screen with the newsletter?
Yes.
Really? The sound does not need different then? I'm asking a question.
Well, it seems not to be as good as before, but anyway,
Actually,
today it seems to be hard.
it's not plugged in properly. There's something wrong with this damn mic, but I'm not getting the sound in my headphones. I'm just going to. Can you just say something there, Inez? I want to just test something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you on the headphones, thank God.
Okay.
All right. So I build a lighted house and therein dwell. Cancer is a very ancient sign. You can see the symbol of the crab here. Um, a really ancient primordial creature that is a survivor, that is a scavenger of food on the sea floor, and which is a creature that's millions of years old, of course. And Cancer apparently is a sign that conditioned even the previous solar system to this one, we are told. But that's another story. Um, Suffice to say, Cancer is a foundational sign with regard to survival, to being nurtured, to having food, to having shelter, to having a home, and those kind of things. And the third ray of active intelligence is one of the rays that comes through this, plus the seventh ray of organization, or the ray of, seventh ray of magic, which makes Cancer a very good resource organizer, similar to its opposite sign, Capricorn, which also has the third and seventh rays coming through. And at this full moon, of course, we have to consider the polar opposite signs, as I'll discuss later, with regard to the fixed star Sirius, which is the higher self to the solar system as a whole. So, good. Thank you for the feedback there, Gloria. The sound is better, at least for you. So we have this wonderful painting here of Nicholas Roerich. We are opening the gates, it's called. And I think it's a good symbol of Cancer. There's a fortress here, but there was an openness and a welcoming energy. And of course, Cancer is the mother, the physical mother who nurtures her children and brings them up and protects them. And of course, the mother, right up to the mother of the world, who Roerich also has painted many paintings of. I'm going to read you this quote here. Cancer is one of the two gates of the zodiac because through it souls pass into outer manifestation and to the appropriation of form and subsequent identification with it for many long cycles. So just a commentary on that, the third and seventh rays which come through Cancer are form creating or making rays. The third ray is the mother ray that gives birth to the other four rays of attribute, as we call it, one of the three rays of aspect. Third ray is. Of course, the seventh ray is the ray of organization and relates to the physical plane, the seventh physical plane, where physical manifestation takes place. So he continues, it is the gate which stands wide open and broad and easy to pass through, and yet it leads unto the place of death, into that long imprisonment which precedes the final revolt. It is alive with material nature and with the mother of forms, just as the other gate, Capricorn, is alive with spirit, the father of all that is. Capricorn, of course, being the sign of initiation. In this sign, Cancer, lies hid the whole problem of the law of rebirth. Reincarnation is implicit in the manifested universe and is a basic and fundamental theme underlying systemic pulsation, whatever that means. There are many phrases and sentences in Spanish teachings that require a lot of reflection and contemplation. So there is one aspect of Cancer in this full moon letter, which some of you may have read. I start off with the Gemini new moon, discussing that, which happened 2 weeks before this full moon, which is always linked between the full moons. It's setting the seed to manifest more fully at the full moon, let's say. I'm not going to go into that so much. Now, of course, every summer solstice, we always see in the headlines that the big gathering at Stonehenge for everyone to celebrate the solstice. And this picture here, of course, is just one of the many eccentric people, you could say, that attend that, from magicians to druids to hippies, and you name it, everyone goes there to celebrate the solstice and to hang out around nearby Glastonbury or Wiltshire and explore a few crop circles while they're in the area and so forth. So it's a great time of year in Britain, but of course the solstice celebrations occur all around the world under different names. So this year, the Cancer solstice is just 30 hours before the Cancer Capricorn full moon festival on the 22nd, amplifying the energy of Cancer, the crab, the mother. And we are getting 2 full moons in Cancer, Capricorn, this month. A true blue moon is when you have 2 full moons in the same zodiac sign. In the same month, for me, that doesn't work as a true blue moon. True blue moon is in the same sign. So we'll get the second full moon on July the 21st in the last degree of Cancer. So we're getting quite a double dose of the Cancerian energy, which is not just the sign Cancer, of course. There are various planets going through the zodiac during that 1 month cycle. For instance, Jupiter in Gemini, Mars in Aries moving into Mars in Taurus. And these other energies of the solar system all qualify the energy of the sun while it is in any particular sign. So the solstice in Cancer is a doorway into birth. Well, before I go into that, solstice, of course, I always repeat this every year at the solstice. Solstice means literally sun stands still. Sun stands still because the sun appears to rise in the same place for 3 days running, having reached its maximum declination between the equator and the ecliptic. And these are always confusing for a lot of even experienced ones, including myself, over the years, in terms of trying to get your head around what the ecliptic and the equator represent. And I put various diagrams in my newsletters regularly for people to ponder upon. This is one version of the solstice and its cycle, the equinox here at the equator, the equinox again at the equator, the solstices at the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. These are meridian horizontal lines that go around the planet, go around the globe. Other ways to look at it are this diagram here that shows the precessional cycle, the zodiac signs, the celestial equator, and so forth. We won't go into that too much today, but it's there for you to study if you wish. You can also find very good videos, 3D videos online of these the celestial sphere, as this diagram is called. The Earth at the center, the equinox is here at Libra and opposite Aries, and the solstices at Capricorn here and opposite the Cancer. And within that is a greater 25,000 year cycle that has been prescribed for the precession of the equinoxes. The equinoxes precess 1 year, 72 years for 1 degree over a 25,000 year period, eliminating the pole stars that you can see. We're at the Polaris pole star. So it takes 25,920 years to go around this entire circle. And in the meantime, the pole star changes to Alpha Draconicus, Draconis, Vega, Deneb, etc. Anyway, so just a little side there. So the solstice in Cancer is a doorway into birthing that which began in Aries, the new spiritual year. The four cardinal cross signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, represent reset points of the year, where the experiences of each quarter are assimilated and consolidated. And so we can ask ourselves, is our New Year resolution, which was initiated in Aries, still on track for the remainder of the 12-month zodiac cycle? Of course, most of humanity make their New Year's resolutions in Capricorn on the first day of January, which is more the exoteric New Year. This is more the esoteric one, of course. Okay, so feel free to put any questions in the chat as we go along, clarifications or comments. So, as the sun is a measurer of time, and as time is an illusion, especially when the sun appears to stand still, the solstice period is an opportunity to transcend the illusion of linear time in which the whole world is immersed, in order to know time, or now time, or the eternal now, within the deepest recesses of the heart. This is very important because we are all plugged into that TikTok time, as Stuart Wilde used to call it. And of course, there's an app now called TikTok, which is very popular. And it really, we all are like rats on a treadmill, complying to this kind of linear time. And so to transcend that time at the solstice is quite an opportunity that we have. And that goes for the Capricorn solstice, which I remind you starts on the 21st of December and culminates on the third day on Christmas Day. And we have the birth of the Christ, of course, on that day, in the darkest time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere symbolism, which applies to the whole planet really, because the Earth is oriented to Polaris, the North Pole star. And it's also interesting to note that the 5 major planetary centers that we send energy through are all in the Northern Hemisphere. There are various other diagrams for, like this one here, to illustrate these 4 quarters of the year. And this is a new cycle that we're elected to undertake as a service meditation discussion for each of the 4 quarters of the year, on top of the 12 full moons of the year. This one happens to coincide with the full moon, so it's a pretty special one, particularly, as I said before, it's the first of 2 Cancer full moons. We call it the Cancer Full Moon Festival. A lot of astrologers and lay people keep on calling it the Capricorn, keep on emphasizing the moons in Capricorn. That is true, but it is actually a solar festival that brings through the energy of Cancer. Solar pertains to the soul. Lunar pertains to the personality or the form aspect to which the soul works. So the emphasis really has to be on the particular sign that the sun is passing through, in this case Cancer. Ecliptic and the equator trace out the equinoxes and solstices where space and time meet. There's the possibility of transcending the illusion of space-time. These 4 cardinal signs are initiatory doorways to enlightenment timeless rise, the real world, devoid of maya, glamour, and illusion. So we all know that when we go into meditation sometimes, that we lose all track of time. So sometimes we might even fall asleep. We know that when we are actually in the process of sleep and we're dreaming, we might dream something that takes 20 minutes for us to write in our dream diary, but it may have only just been impressed upon us in a few seconds. So these are good illustrations of the illusion of time. That alignment is enabled by potent impulses from the sun, our solar logos. His annual cycle marks these four cardinal points, reminding us of Earth's relationship to the greater whole, its place within the family of planets in the solar system. It also reminds us of a greater relationship of the solar system to Sirius, which I'll get into in a minute. So the ladies dressed up here in ritual, dancing at the solstice, are celebrating the Celtic tradition of Litha, also known as various other names. Solstice can be utilized for quiet reflection and assimilation, for cultivating the psychic sensitivity, excuse me, and receptivity of Cancer, for appreciation of one's biological family as well as the family of humanity, for communion and ritual with one's spiritual family, for thanks and gratitude. The presence of the seventh ray of ceremonial order or magic or organization in these four cardinal signs is quite marked. Hence the opportunity for group ritual at the solstices and equinoxes that invokes the and anchors solar forces furthering the planetary plan. Cancer Capricorn axis is also a double doorway for the entry by the forces or entry by the forces from Sirius. So just before I go into that, there's some comment on oh yes, the psychic sensitivity here, which in exoteric astrology is attributed to the moon, but in esoteric astrology, Neptune is the esoteric ruler and is the source of the psychic sensitivity that comes through Cancer or through the moon. Neptune is the major principle of buddhi or intuition, and so it has a close association with the Buddhic plane, which is beyond the mental plane. Therefore, intuition is direct knowledge. It's beyond the mind. And that Buddhic plane energy of intuition finds its point of least resistance on the astral plane, which is below the mental plane. In other words, it bypasses the mental plane. It finds its expression on the astral plane. So many intuitive people have that astral Buddhic connection where that is the point of least resistance as opposed to the dominance of the mental body. And we develop all these factors one life or another, where one is stronger than the other, but eventually these attributes are fused and blended. So I'll read you a quote from esoteric astrology. Cancer, Capricorn, Saturn, which are the expression of Sirian energy, enable the aspirant to tread the path of purification, of probation. Probation is a term that, like it is exoterically, when you're on probation after you get out of prison, you are on probation when you enter the ashram. The magnetic sort of ring pass knot of the ashram. There are several of these ring pass knots, as we call them, and one is given certain tests to pass, if you like, as one penetrates towards the center of the ashram, which is where the master himself resides, metaphorically speaking, I suppose you say. So, purification of probation, these energies focus and qualify the lodge of the Most High in that distant sun series. So we have a reference here to Masonry, which is practiced in the Druidic tradition, in the Rosicrucian tradition, and which of course has been much maligned and corrupted over the years, but it is still a system that will be something that will come back to its proper place in the age of Aquarius, we're told. Essentially, when you're working within a lodge, as it's called, with all the various posts and positions and so forth in that lodge, you're working white magic, activating, invoking the forces of the solar system and the planets, and anchoring them on the planet through the lodge work, through the consecrated lodge work. So just to mention that briefly in passing. So to continue the quote, they pour through the hierarchy upon the massive man and enable the unit in that sense to isolate himself and turn his back upon the past and find his way onto that section of the path wherein he learns to feel. End of quote. This is from Esoteric Astrology, page 466. So my commentary here, learns to feel, means in the Cancerian sense of the term, but also in the higher sense. As our sun or solar logos marks these four cardinal points, so it acts as an intermediary for the forces of Sirius. Our solar system is the progeny, in fact, of Sirius. Sirius is akin to the higher self or soul to this solar system. Hence, on Earth's lesser cycles throughout the year, we acknowledge these higher correspondences of Earth's alignment within the solar system to the solar logos and to the Syrian law of karma. Of course, Saturn is one of the four lords of karma, we are told. I'm not sure which the other ones are. I do have my speculations. But Saturn is also the ruler of Capricorn. It serves as which of course is one of the two signs that serves as an intermediary to Sirius for the distribution of karma in our solar system. Greater law of karma versus our earthly law of karma. Greater universal laws with which our Earth is attempting to align and is in basic alignment with. Hence, this is why Sirius is such an important star in many different traditions, why the pyramids and certain dolmens and structures around the world are aligned to the star. So learning to feel, coming back to that for a moment, again represents Neptune, the esoteric ruler of Cancer, not just the watery sign of Cancer, water being a symbol of the emotions, but Neptune, the god of the waters, okay, the god of the oceans wherein the crab actually lives, also rules the solar plexus chakra, the gateway to the astral body, as I regularly say in my newsletters. Nothing like a bit of repetition to imprint these facts on one's brain for myself as any of my readers too. And the Mars is the co-ruler of the solar plexus, a more unruly energy, if you like, a much rawer emotional energy, whereas Neptune is far more refined. Someone just asked me what are the other three lords of karma. I did say I don't really know, but I suspect Uranus, Venus, and I'm not quite sure. I think that'd be the four sacred planets. Saturn is one of the seven sacred planets. So the other three lords of karma, but it's not worth even speculating on, really. So that's the short answer for now. We have enough to deal with Saturn as it is. So you can see in this diagram here, there are various triangles for Sirius, the Pleiades, and the Great Bear constellation. The Great Bear is like the first aspect, the first ray. Sirius is related to the second aspect or the second ray. and the Pleiades are related to the third aspect of the third round. The Pleiades is the mother constellation, seven sisters of the Pleiades. But here it's a different order, 1, 2, and 3. Don't have to worry about that. But essentially, this top line here is the one to look at. I'm not sure you can make out. This little triangle here has got Cancer, Capricorn, and Saturn. Sirius working through these two constellations and through the planet Saturn, the Lord of the solar system. I have outlined in other newsletters and other articles that Sirius, in fact, comes through 7 different signs of the zodiac. So it comes through Leo, which is the month after Cancer, and which will be the major festival for the invocation of the Sirius in the future. Comes through Scorpio as well, and there are various quotes that I back that up with from the blue books that you can find in my website. If you go to the search by subject heading, I think you can see it there on your screen. You click on that search by subject, every single article in all of my newsletters for the last 20 years you can find in that under that heading. Because we see that Sirius A is a gigantic star. It's the brightest star in the night sky. Sirius B is much smaller. It's a dwarf star, in fact, but very potent. And there's a third star in the Sirian system, so it's a triple system. And of course, many of you know that the Dogon tribe of Africa in Africa has preserved the ancient esoteric knowledge about Sirius that you can read in various books, particularly Robert Temple's book. What's it called? Sirius. Right now, but it's quite a famous book. It gives a very semi-esoteric and semi-academic kind of approach to the traditions of Sirius. Good place to start. So far. Okay. We're going for time. So I wanted to. So I do say here in my commentary, this Syrian influence will be further augmented with the Cancer blue moon, July the 21st, 2 full moons in Cancer, as a prelude to the following sign of Leo, which is the festival dedicated to the invocation of Syrian force. And here's the quote, excuse me, August, which is ruled by Leo, is the month of the dog star, which thus brings Sirius into close relation to Leo. Leo, in the cosmic sense and apart from our solar system altogether, is ruled by Sirius. Sirius is the home of that greater lodge to which our 5th initiation admits a man to which he brings him as a humble disciple. And a whole other new cosmic evolution starts all over again. So there's almost an infinite evolutionary path that we all create. Later, when a new world religion is founded and is working, we shall find that many major monthly festivals in major monthly festival in August, held at the time of the full moon, will be dedicated to the task of making contact via the heart Syrian force. So essentially, we are bringing through the greater universal plan from a solar system that is part of 7 solar systems. Our solar system is one of 7 solar systems. It's a corporate body, if you like, a greater cosmos that incorporates a greater cosmic being. And so Earth plays a very important role within this solar system in invoking that Syrian force. I could say a lot more about that, but we require another whole session to discuss it. Suffice to say, just to whet your appetite with this which most of you have probably heard of before, but it certainly doesn't hurt to explore it again on a higher turn of the spiral of our understanding. So I'd like to finish with an article here, of course, about master flowering, psychic sensitivity, with regard to various musicians and channels. So they will look at that and basically continuing the theme of Neptune as this group level occurs. Crop circles, first one recently for the season, so to speak. And the final quote, it's a very poignant passage, I thought. The picture here of the lighted house, somewhere in Scandinavia, probably, looks like. In the words given for the sign, the word of the soul indicates the objective of the Cancer experience, the purpose for which incarnation has been taken. I build a lighted house and therein dwell. The temporary method of the personality is also clearly given when we are told that the word proclaimed by the soul as it takes incarnation is that isolation be the rule, that exists. This sign can carry deep meaning to all. You are in the process of incarnation. You are following your chosen way. Is the house you are building yet lit? Is it a lighted house or is it a dark prison? If it is a lighted house, you will attract to it its light and warmth, all who are around you, and the magnetic pull of your soul, whose nature is light and love, will save many. If you are still an isolated soul, you will have to pass through the horrors of a more complete isolation and loneliness, treading alone the dark way of the soul. Yet this isolation, this loneliness, and this separation in the dark night are all part of the great illusion. It is, however, an illusion into which the whole of humanity is now precipitated in preparation for unity, freedom, and release. Some are lost in the illusion and know not what is reality and truth. Others walk free in the world of illusion for the purposes of saving and lifting their brothers. And if you cannot do this, you will have to learn so to walk. So, friends, thank you for coming and sharing in this group meditation, this world service. And of course, we have really another 2, 3, 4 days of the full moon period energies. It's usually 2.5 days before and after the full moon. So bear that in mind. And as we approach the full moon in about 30 hours' time, link up with us here subjectively in your own meditation. Visualize linking various groups that you may be associated with this group. It all helps to subjectively build the real cycle that we're going. So I will.
Thanks, Philip. And we look forward. Thanks again for attending. Wishing you a very special days today and in the full moon, leading with this special energy. And thanks for the service we did today. So see you again, if not before, next month on next full moon meditation and webinar. Thanks again, and blessings to everybody.
Ciao for now. Bye.